Hello, let's do the New York Times Hard Sudoku for October 2nd, 2025. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. All right, we have a 7 and a 9 in this box, and if we look, they aren't in this column. So where do they go in this column, right? We need a 7 and a 9 in this column, and none of these digits are that. And so these are the only two places for 7 and 9, and so those must be the 7 and 9. Meaning that it can't be anything else other than 7, 9. And so these three digits are the other three for the column. We need a 2, we need a 5, and a 6. All right, and this one's not 5 because of that 5 there. All right, that does leave 4 digits left here. Yeah, let's just take a look at that real quick. We need a 1, 3, 4, 8. In fact, it's just these digits that are needed here. Now I'm noticing this cell's not 1, 4, or 8, so it can only be a 3. And then we're left with a 1, 4, 8 here, which we can just pencil in. All right, now this 7, 9, we removed 2, 5, and 6 from these. Is there anything interesting about that? This 6 looks down. These can't be 6. So the 6 is in one of these three. I think that's... Is that it? I'm not sure what else to do with removing 2, 5, 6 from these. All right, I guess we'll just move on. So we have 5 and 8 here. Oh, the other thing I want to do is horizontal buddies. So we do have these 9s, puts a 9 in one of these two. Just checking this column for 9s, but it's very open. Let's see. All right, 5 and 8. Anything to do with those? I'm seeing that this 5 looks in and this 5 looks up. And this 1, 4 obviously aren't a 5. So the 5 goes in one of these two cells. So that's going to point into this box saying this can't be a 5. That leaves only one place for 5 in the box. We can place it. That means this row has only 3 digits left. The 2, 6, 9. 2, 6, 9. So this can't be a 2. So this is only 6, 9. Nice. This can't be a 9, a 6 or a 9. So it has to be the 2. And then we're left with a 6, 9 pair. Double nice. All right. Can I do anything? Let's see, these 2s. Just trying to follow up on what we got here. So this 5, we got the 9. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else to do here. 6, 9 pair. Okay. I don't think there's anything else to do with this box. There's the 8s. The 8s look down. These two 8s look in. That places the 8 in this box. All right, now I think we're good. Let's move on to this box here. We have the 1, 2, 4, 9. So we got the 2s already. 1, 4, 9. We have this one, and we have 2 4s looking into this box. That puts a 4 in one of these two. I was seeing that the 1 also looks in, but there's 3 places for 1 left, so it doesn't do enough. Okay. There may not be more to find here. We have... Oh, no, there is. We have our classic... No, wait, hold on. No, I wasn't seeing that the 2 was doubled up. We have our 3, 8 looking into here. And so 3 and 8 go over here. So I guess what we can learn is that these 2 digits are quite limited, especially since this one's not a 5 either. Because they aren't these 4 digits, and they also aren't the 3, 8, which are 2 new digits. And so they automatically, just from this, aren't 6 of the 9 digits, leaving only 3 left. And this one's also not the 5. So what are those digits? We can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. This one can be 5. They can be 6, 7, and they can't be 8 or 9. So this is 6, 7. This is 5, 6, 7. I don't think we can do anything with that yet. All right. One thing we may be asking ourselves, and it's usually not true, but when it is true, it's very handy. But what we might ask is, do we have a 2, 6, 7 triple in this row? And in order to find that, we would need to find, we could just pencil all these cells, but that's annoying and cluttery. So there's a way to think about this that can streamline it a bit, which is, well, if it had to be only from 2, 6, 7, what are the other digits that it can't be? So we already know they aren't 5, 9, and then we're not worried about 2, 6, 7. So those other digits are the 1, 3, 4, 8. And we can double check that we got the correct count by how many open cells there are. There's 5 open cells. And we subtract 1 from that because one of them needs to be 2, 6, 7. And so that's 4 digits that we're expecting. And it is the 1, 3, What did I say? I need to do it again. I'm sorry. The 1, 3, 4, and 8. And so if there's any cell here that sees all of 1, 3, 4, 8, then we're down to a 2, 6, 7. Unfortunately, we do not have that. I am noticing we have 2 7s looking up, though. So 7's one of those two. Okay, so let's move on to the next band. I don't think there's anything else defined up here right now. We have 1, 4, and 6 here. So we know within these 4 cells, we need a 1, 4, and 6. I guess the 6 is over here, which we would have just found with buddies. The 4s, the 6s. Is there anything to do here? 1, 4, 6. I'm not seeing anything here. Okay, what about this box? 2, 4, 7, 8. We have the 2 2s looking up. What's a 2 in one of these two? We got the 7, we got the 8s. Okay, I'm not seeing anything there. 3 and 6. Okay, we need so this is always what I'm looking at, right? I've been doing it since the start, like with the 7, 8. We have this 3, 6 here, and I'm like, well, they aren't in this row. So let's look at this row real quick and think about 3s and 6s. 6 is already placed, but then looking at the 3, we know it's not here, because this 3. Not in any of these spots. And then so I'm like, okay, it's down to these 2 just from a really quick scan to the left. And then we see that I have this 3 here taking it out of here. So there's only one place for 3 in this row. So we can place it. Now these 3s buddy up. This 3 looks down. That places a 3 right there. So the other thing I could have seen is in this box, the 3 was placed. I didn't see that, though. I saw it this way. That means at least 4 digits in this row. And we know these aren't 2, so it's going to be worth looking at. We need a 1, 2, 5, 9. So we know these aren't 2, so these are 1, 5, 9. And this can't even be 5 or 9. So it's not 2, 5, or 9, leaving only 1 left. So now we're down to 2, 5, 9. This one's not a 9. So this is 2, 5, and this is 2, 5, 9. The other thing I'm noticing is this 9 looks down, putting a 9 in one of these 2 cells. That's going to point in here, putting a 9 in one of these 2, and that means there's a 9 in one of these 2, which we already kind of knew from the row. All right, so the other thing I'm noticing is when I marked these 2 9s here, they line up with this 6, 9 pair up here. So in this box, the 9 isn't in this column, and in this box, the 9 isn't in this column, and the 9's not there. So that means in this column, the 9 has to be in one of these 2. Wherever that ends up, that's also going to be in box 8. It's called claiming, also called locked candidates, if you prefer. But in this column, the 9 is either here or here, and so it needs to take the 9 from this box. And so these can't be 9. That's the conclusion. Now, can I do anything directly with that right now? These not being 9. Not that I can tell. So we're just going to use these corner marks to remind us of that. All right. I want to look at this cell here, because it's not 2, 4, 9 in addition to 3, 6. It's also not 8. It's not 4. Oh, we already knew 4. Okay, so what can it be? It can't be 1, 2. It can't be 3, 4. It could be a 5. It can't be 6. Can be 7. Can't be 8. And it can't be 9 because of our 9s here. So it's down to 5, 7. And that gives us a 5, 6, 7 triple in the column. The other thing we could have seen is a 1, 9 hidden pair in the column. In fact, the fact that 1 has only one place in the column. This one, yeah, these 2 1s look down. That would have been an easy thing to see if I'd scanned it. That places the 1, and now there's only one place for 9 in the column because we had these pointing 9s, claiming 9s here that remove 9 from the rest of this box. So this can't be 9, so this is the only place for 9 in the column. Now we know that in this column, the 6 is up here. That's going to claim as well. And yeah, we know the 6 is down here somewhere. All right, let's look a little bit more carefully at what just happened. 5, 6, 7, 6. Okay. Do I want to do anything else up here? I think I want to move on to this last band, and then we'll look more carefully at some other things, because sometimes you can just get some freebies and neural band scanning. So the 3, not really. 2 and 7. Okay, we do have these 2 2s looking in. That puts a 2 in one of these 2. And then 158, nothing there. Let's see, something I'm scanning for is we need 1 and 5 in this row, and they're down to these 3 places. But unfortunately, I mean, okay, so the 5 actually, I'm seeing something interesting because this 5 looks in, this 5 looks down, puts a 5 in one of these two, and that points in here with this 5, putting a 5 in one of these two. So we learned this guy's not 5, and we learned this guy's not 5. How many corner marks is this? 2, 5, 6 with the 3, 8. Also can't be 7. All right, let's mark this one up. It can be 1. It can't be 2. Can't be 3. Could be 4. Can't be 5, 6. Can't be 7, 8. Could be 9. Okay, 1, 4, 9. All right, anything else to find here? I'm curious about this box. Anything else looking down? We have the 6 looking down. The 9 looks down. So 9's in one of these 3. That's going to point in here. Oh, the 9's already in this box. Never mind. I missed some scanning vertically with this. Just double check it. 1, 2, 8, 5. Probably found it all at this point. Yeah, okay. So if these aren't 6, 9, what can they be? Because they're not 6 of the digits just from this box. So we need a 3, which can only go there. We need a 4. Can't be 5, 6. We need a 7, which can only go there. And we need 8, 9. So this is a naked 4 because it can't be 3, 7. And that places the 4 in this box as well. This is down to 3, 7. This whole column is down to 3, 7, 8. This one's not the 3, so it's 7, 8. And this is all of them, 3, 7, 8. What can I do with that? We could ask the same question as earlier. Do we have a 7, 8, 9 triple in this row? So the other digits are we're expecting three digits because there's 4 open cells. So the other digits are the 1, 5, 6. So if any of these can't be 1, 5, 6, we already know these can be 6. This can't be 1. They both can be 5. So they can't be 1, 6. And actually, that's helpful because this can't be 1, 6 either. So in this row, where do the 1 and 6 go is the question. They don't go here, and they don't go over here because this one's 6. And so this has to be this is a hidden 1, 6 pair. It's also true of the box, by the way, because we have these 1, 6s here already. But that hidden 1, 6 pair does leave behind 5, 7, 8, 9. And this can't be 7. This can't be 9. So let's just write it out. 5, 7, 8, 9. That's not 9. That's not 7. Okay. And we know, aside from the 9, we also know the 5 is in this row. The 5 is in one of these two. And that's going to claim. This row needs a 5. It's going to be here or here. That means this can't be a 5. So that's our 2, and that's our 5, and that's our 2. And we get the 7 and the 8. And now we actually just can place the 8 in this box as well. Right there. That's not a 2. That places the 2 in this box. That's not a 5, which places the 5 and the 6 in the box. All right. Over here we get the 2 and the 6. Looks like we might have collapsed the puzzle. This is the only place for 2 in the box and the last 2 in the puzzle. All right, what do we have going on here? Is there an easy low-hanging fruit to continue? This is 3, 6, 7, 9. We know this isn't 3 or 7, so this is only 6, 9. Nice. Rest of this row, 1, 5, 6, 9. This is 1, 5, 9. This is 1, 5, 6. This is 1, 6, 9. Wonderful. Oh, this can't be 9 because we have the claiming 9s. Maybe that's helpful. Not at the moment. I'm just trying to see if there's a really easy in here or if I need to look a little bit more carefully at what we got. This box has 3 digits left. We need a 3, 7, 8. So 8's in one of these two. I'm not seeing like an obvious in. Oh, here, this is a pair. Just because I'm not seeing it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Let's see what this does. 5, 9. So that 5 tells us that's 9, that's 5. That continues us. We get the 6 and 9. We get the 1. Over here, we get the 5 and the 9. Gives us the 7 and the 9 and the 5 and the 7. Very nice. Resolving all these pairs and triples. Down here, we get the 9 and the 5. 8's up here. Doesn't really matter. This is only a 6. Finish the column, or finish the row, sorry. This is the only place for 9 in the box. This is not a 7, so that's 3 and 7. that places the 3 here. All right. Now we have plenty of places to look. This is 1, 4, 6. So this is 4, 6. This is 1, 4, 6. This box, oh, this is only 4, 6 as well. The rest of the box, we also need a 3. So 3, 4, 6. It's not a 6. This is 3, 4. Something's going to resolve all this. This can't be 6, so this is 1, 3, 4. Not a 3 either. There's 3 C's there. Yeah, so none of these are 3. So 3 goes down here in this column. That gives us the 4 and the 6, giving us the 1 and 4. We get the 3 down here. We get the 6, 4, 1, and 6. 1, 8, and 4. We get the 7 and 8, and the 7 and 1, and we're done. Alrighty. Interesting puzzle today. Had to look carefully at geometry to spot certain things. All right, cool. Well, let me know how you did. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.